Hello children, good morning. We'll continue with our chapter, that is lesson 10, India Agriculture. In third part, last point was discussed, technical reforms. Now you have to open page 86 and look into the point institutional reforms. This is 1.2. This answer is, and pay attention, keep your finger where I am reading and listen to me very carefully. Now, institutional reforms. This is connected with land ownership, crop subsidy and sale of farm produce. Land, that is where the agriculture is carried out. Crop, which crops are being grown. Subsidy, is what subsidy they are getting it. And sale of the farm produce is considered to be an institutional reforms in India. There have been some reforms in this area. Government has discarded landlordism. Earlier it was landlords who were owing the land and only the laborers used to work there. This has been, and they were exploiting the laborers and the farmers. So this has been stopped. Under the law, Land to the Tiller, Land Tenancy Act, the land tiller have been given the right to become the owner of the land. That means the one who is tilling the land is the owner of the land. Earlier, they were only the laborers, they were only working there and was not getting anything out of it. And the landlords were exploiting them. So this has been done by the government. These reforms have been taken place. The disparity among the landowners have been removed by Land Ceiling Act. Farmers are given financial help for crop subsidy by Kisan Credit Card and by nationalized and cooperative banks. They were also given insurance protection for their crops through Prime Minister Crop Insurance Scheme. When the crop failed due to drought or through excessive rain, farmers are given financial help by the government. By providing legal support, an open auction process is made widespread for the sale of the farm products in the marketing yards. Facilities of cooperative society, market associations, cooperative warehouse, cold storage, these are all related to the crops. See, cooperative society, that means all the farmers coming together and can raise their voice and can ask any help from the government and can give their grievances, can discuss their problems. Market association, cooperative warehouses where the grains are stored, cold storage if required, transportation, communication, this is all provided to the farmers for farm products in minimum prices. Now these are the organization NAFED, GROFED and NDDB. NAFED means National Agriculture Cooperative Marketing Federation of India, Gujarat Cooperative Oilseeds Growers Federation and National Dairy Development Board. Sorry. Now we'll see the Green Revolution. Green Revolution took place in our country in the decade of 1960. But before that, there was a time when there was an acute shortage of food grains in the country. That time the population was also less, but still the people were not getting proper food grains of their requirement. As we say, it is an agrarian country, so that time the food was being imported. We have to get the food grains from outside. The country was struggling against the dependent conditions. We were dependent on other nations. Turn to page 87. The extraordinary, this is your 3-point answer. If you see, it is been already marked. Below that is 2.3. The extraordinary increase in the agriculture production because of improved seeds, increased use of chemical fertilizers, intense efforts of the farmer, widespread arrangement for electricity distribution, improved facilities in irrigation, which is known as Green Revolution. The objective of this is what? To encourage the farmers to increase agriculture production. Farmers were encouraged to use fertilizers and insecticides. This led to attain the target to increase the agricultural production. Now there has been a record production of wheat and paddy due to Green Revolution. Where there was a scarcity of food grains in the country, today there is sufficient storage of food grains. There was a time when there was a scarcity of food grains, but now we have sufficient storage of the food grains. Once drought was a hazard of regular interval in India, its adverse effects are not seen after a green revolution. There was a time when there was a drought and we were having a problem of a shortage of food grains, but now it is not being seen after green revolution. Due to the buffer stock of food grain, extra stock of food grains, a condition of drought or scarcity are faced conveniently. The self-sufficiency in food grain is a landmark of historic achievement of green revolution. This is said to be a historic achievement of green revolution. Today the production of cash crop has been increased, the pulses, the cereals has been decreased with the repetition of the same crop. See, the production of cash crops has increased. The cash crops are being increased, but the production of pulses and cereals have been decreased with the repetition of the same crop. To reach the stage where the countries of the world have progressed using better technology in agrarian field. So we will be ready for the next green revolution. Next comes the role of agriculture in Indian economy. Agriculture is a main occupation in India. The pressure which India had at the time of independence is now being reduced. Now agriculture is contributing a lot to an Indian economy. It provides, see, these are the points. 2.3 answer. It provides employment to about 1/2 of the population. Agriculture is holding 17% of the total gross domestic production (GDP). See, these are the crops. It's like paddy, wheat, oil, seeds, cotton, jute, sugarcane, tobacco, potatoes. They are the major agriculture products in India, and we are also getting foreign exchange. We are earning it. By how we are earning? Exporting the products, so we are getting the foreign exchange, foreign currency in our country. That is India, it is not foreign currency, it is called as foreign exchange. So we are getting this we are getting gaining by sending these products to that means exporting this agriculture products to the foreign country. So we have a good foreign exchange. India ranks second in the world in agrarian production. Industries like cotton, sugar, paper, all these industries are regarding food processing, get their raw material from the agriculture products only. Agriculture provides food to the people of India. Agriculture provides food to the people of India. The Indian contribution is not consistent in the world agriculture market because of irregular and uncertain rain. See, though we are contributing it, we are exporting the products, but it happens that in the world agriculture market, we are not consistent, isn't it? The reason is that because in our country, we are facing the irregular and uncertain rain and somewhat inadequate facilities for irrigation. Food security is necessary for any country today. If the demand for the food grain is increasing and if the food grains have to be imported, then the political independence of that country may be at risk. So if the demand for the food is increasing and if the food grains have to be imported, then the political independence of that country may be at risk. So we have to try to see that we have enough food grains for the population of our country. We should be self-reliant in the field of grain production due to green revolution, and it is. Along with the increase in farm production, there is also increase in the population of the country also. In 1951, India's population was only 36 crore and 10 lakhs, which has now reached to more than 125 crores. This has increased the demand for food grains. However, there has been an increase in the production of food grains in our country during the last 5 years. In 2051, India has produced 51 crore tons of food grains, which has increased to a record level of 265.04 crore tons in 2013-14. With the food grains which we have today, the minimum requirement of the country can be fulfilled. It is necessary to maintain buffer stock and to increase it. By the buffer stock of the grain, the scarcity buffer means extra. The scarcity of grains can be prevented during drought or in the case of inadequate production of the food grains. Can be drought, can be heavy rains, isn't it? The wastage of food grains can be prevented by implementing the techniques to preserve the grains in warehouse. If you are having a buffer stock where you have to store them, you have to store them properly with high techniques in the warehouses. The hunger of thousands of families can be satisfied in the buffer stock is distributed among them free of charge. It is strong necessity of the time to stop the wastage of the food grains. It is necessary to strengthen food stocking and the arrangement to conserve it. It is good beginning that the government has made provision to supply the food grains up to the poor people through the Food Security Act. Poor people are getting the food grains, this which government has provided through which Food Security Act. Now this down, impact of globalization on Indian agriculture. This is your 1.3 answer. The policy of globalization has been implemented with the purpose that the Indian farmer can sell his farm products in the world markets and earn profit. Now this globalization, what has been implemented because of this policy of globalization, that the Indian farmers can sell their products in the world market and can earn profit. Many changes took place in the agriculture field due to globalization. The process to export or import crop production is made very simple. Cotton, chilies and till are now available in Chinese market and various fruits from the world are now available in Indian market. The costly, genetically modified, which we have discussed already, BT seeds sold by multinational companies are now available in India. Because of this, farming has become costly. The production of cotton and maize has increased. With the import becoming smoother, the domestic farm products have to face tough competition. Some products have gained global markets. Hence, the necessity of registration of their patents. It is necessary to register qualitative farm production at national patent in the world market. See, when we are exporting our products, and we are standing in the market where we are importing and exporting both, so for proper to make it proper with the other nations, like competition, tough competition, some products which are demanded in the global market, that products is required. It is necessary for those products to be registered for their patents because of their quality. The quality has to be maintained, and where they have to register it in the national patent in the world market. To face the competition in agriculture products in global market, India will have to adopt a new technology and concentrate on quality. A series of planned steps will have to be taken to increase economic prosperity and solidarity of people. With increasing population, the probable future increase in the demand for the agriculture products, and to maintain the march to economic progress, it is necessary to arrange a strategy for the second green revolution. When we are talking about the green revolution, how it has been changed, what was the population and what was the contribution of food grains, so how it has been changed. Now looking into the matter, there are some important points where the population is also increasing. Definitely there will be a demand of agriculture products, the quality should be better, and we also have to look into the matter of economic progress. So we have to think for the second green revolution. Now children, please go through the lesson, read it nicely. I will be sending you the page numbers of the answers. You will be getting all the answers in your textbook itself. Go through it, do the map, write the answers, and prepare well for your exams. Thank you.